Ringo TV Reactions. Back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get down to business.
Yo, nigga, about that paper. 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 Yeah. True man, I'm free. I wake up a new episode. I pop out clean as be up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me. I get it though. Yeah. I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might slide through with that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Yo, nigga, about that paper. 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 Hop on that jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me to play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like do it at top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Yo, nigga, about that paper. 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 Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Can't ground me, I know this since when I had less. Look at how far we progress.
Ringo TV Reactions back at you again with another one. Here to talk about another interesting topic. Why red pill content is toxic for men. You know, in these streets, there seems to be a problem, and we got to address this thing. This red pill ideology that is going on social media with men, it literally became extremely toxic because as men, you're not even growing. And it's one-sided. Now, if we could just think about the movie The Matrix, when Morpheus offered him the red pill, he didn't say, well, you know, I'm going to show you about all of the problems with women. No, Morpheus wanted Neo to know about what's going on in the world as a whole, including with himself. So the true red pill was never about talking about women all day and how women are bad and how, you know, women are the enemy. That seems to be where it is right now with a lot of guys. And that was never the intentions of the red pill. The red pill was supposed to make us brothers understand the world that we're living in so that we can navigate and find the truth. But on social media, it's like a lot of guys are stuck in the matrix. It's like you claim that you got this red pill, but you're stuck in the matrix. And it's like you're only focusing on women. But what about the guys? What about our problems? What about the issues that we do? What about our shortcomings? Now, I have a little video there playing with Muhammad Ali and another gentleman. We're going to get into that later on because we gotta examine the elephant in the room. Because this red pill thing, it got out of control now. It's to the point where a lot of guys had to distance themselves from this mess, including myself. Because many years ago, a lot of guys were sharing information to help men because we never really had a voice. When you had all of the talk shows, the Oprahs, the Jenny Jones, the Ricky Lakes, and the Donahues, and you had all these different shows, it literally just catered to women. Women can go on there and say whatever they want. Men, we didn't have no voices. So ever since, the internet started popping, social media, various forums and websites, we were able to mobilize and share our thoughts as a community of men to help one another grow. And that initially was the purpose. Men was focusing on how to improve. That was the original red pill. The original red pill was men coming together, helping one another figure out how to get through this life. And this happened all throughout the spaces in the early days. I wouldn't say the early days because the early days is 2005 to about 2009. You could say in the mid years of somewhere around 2014 to about 2017, somewhere around there, in the middle of there somewhere, it was a time where men weren't the way they were today. Now it's like it's just toxic now. It's just out of control. It's like whenever you hear anybody talk about red pill, it always involves them either bashing women, focusing on women as some sort of enemy. And if you're not careful, if you're feeding this to young men, they're going to grow up with this hatred. And that was never the purpose. The purpose was to teach men that came from fatherless homes how to navigate in life, how to get their jobs together, how to get their fitness and get their mind right. And so a lot of guys in these spaces created channels. They started to focus on men's issues in various different ways. And it was cool in the beginning, but when the dollars started coming in, the ad revenue, and brothers realized they can monetize, there was a lot of infighting. We couldn't join together. It was just a bad situation. Now, at a certain point in these YouTube streets, right, a lot of brothers actually got along. This is the history. There was a point in time in these spaces where a lot of men, they got along for the most part. And if they disagreed, they settled those issues behind the scenes. They weren't messy in the public the way it is now, But something happened. Something happened. The money came in. Once the money came in, people started to change. The messages started to change, and it became more about, let's just bash women. And it became a slugfest of women are the enemy. And men stopped improving themselves. They stopped working out. They stopped getting their money together. And instead, it was just like entertainment of let's just talk about women. Let's just get off on talking about women. Women, 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 women. And to be honest with you, if all of you guys have yourself a beautiful woman, you wouldn't be caring about none of this kind of content because you'll have a lady in your life. So the real toxic nature of this mess is that what we have is a lot of men that don't have a woman that are frustrated and angry about many things, whether it's their own life that they're upset with, and because they're unable to succeed at anything, they figure, hey, let me just blame a woman. So it makes them feel good. Rather than us as men focus on getting this bag, getting our health and fitness in order, overcoming our own issues, our own drama and demons that we got, because we got demons too. It can't be that a woman is just evil and you guys are just great. No, you got demons too. And see, I'm not sure exactly what the year was, but I got to give you the history of how this thing was going and where it was at during the time in these streets when men were really focusing on empowering men, not necessarily to make these men hate women or have some sort of gender war or whatever the case is. There was a time in which men were mobilizing, bringing their resources together to improve men. And they were doing it without the influence of greed and monetary gain. They were doing it from the heart because they all came from a background where, you know, they may not have had the tools or the information. And it was a valuable resource at the time to a lot of men. Men would come to various channels to get information, and it helped them to get through. Some of the content back then helped a lot of guys get through their lives. You had brothers that during that time they focused on talking about issues regarding child support. I believe during those days, I believe Angry Man made a video series where he went and talked about those type of topics, and he went very in depth in the details and the complicated issues regarding those situations. And through those particular videos, it helped men to understand how to navigate and overcome. And during that time, they would bring different brothers who had expertise in these areas to help guys that were struggling due to all the danger that was in the system with the courts, because a lot of guys didn't know how to navigate. So it wasn't a time where men was like, you know, let's just start bashing women and hating women. It was trying to give men solutions to overcome their problems because they had nowhere to go, you know? And during that time, that's when I believe O'Shea was coming up in the game, and he was responsible for bringing a lot of guys in these YouTube streets in one space. A lot of guys got their, and I'm saying this respectfully, a lot of guys got their start, if you want to say that, or their discovery from being interviewed by O'Shea. And through that, you had a lot of other guys that were authors of books and different coaches, and it was a different time. But then something happened. Pride, money, greed, it all came in, and it just ruined everything. Everybody had their own thing, their own style, and it was good. The guys appeared to be working together. But once the money started coming in, monetization, people started to turn on one another. People started to have disagreements, beef. It was a time where people were beefing. There was a lot of back and forth, and that never worked. People, channels getting flagged down. Everybody breaking the rules. Nobody was focusing on the business. And it was just sloppy, messy. And as men, we were looking crazy. And then the gender war happened. The hit list happened. Because rather than us mobilizing and focusing on content that uplift, instruct, and build the community, we became toxic. Because we stopped focusing on ourselves in terms of improving who we are as men. And instead, we started focusing on how horrible women are. And that was the message now. There was no balance. There was no holding men accountable. See, it's one thing if you make content and you talk about women issues and you're holding women accountable. But what about the content for men? What about holding men accountable? What about holding brothers to the fire? Nobody was doing that. Well, I did. I always been like that. I've always been fair and balanced. But it got to the point where guys just didn't want to be associated with anyone because it became extremely toxic. It got to the point where people would associate me with people that were toxic. And I'm like, look, bro, number one, I don't even rock with these dudes. So it's like, why are you putting me involved with this mess? Because I'm not a part of that. You know, my message has always been fair and balanced. If I'm talking about women issues, I bring the solutions and I tell them about their problems. But I also talk about men and their issues. Now, from time to time, you have women that, because they don't do the research or study the platform, they'll just assume that I just talk about women. But they don't see the thousands of videos that I have on my platform where I address men. They never seem to see that. They only notice when I talk about women, and then they get upset. In order for us to grow as a community, we need accountability. Without accountability, we're never going to grow. You understand? So back then, it was more of a time where guys were passionate about giving men information. Everybody had a voice. Nobody was jealous of the next man because we all were doing our own thing. But once the money came in and brothers realized, hey, I can make money doing this, it's like the passion for it died off. This is why I'm glad I was on YouTube from 2006. I was here when there was no monetization. I was here when there was no ad revenue, and I was doing videos every day, consistently, every day, all day, because I love doing this. And all of the OGs from back then, they were doing this, and there was no monetization, no cash apps, there was nothing. We weren't getting nothing, but we loved to do what we were doing. And it's because of that passion that I believe I was able to stand the test of time, whereas others may have fallen victim to this red pill that turned toxic. Because that's what happened. It's to the point now, if you're a guy and you're speaking on issues, people just pin you in with everybody else. They just throw you in the pot. Oh yeah, he's one of those guys. It's like, for example, when the manosphere, because the manosphere originally was created by white guys. White guys on YouTube originally had a manosphere. And then what happened is the black guys said, you know what? We're going to have our own, do our own thing. And it just kind of came in. They called it the Black Manosphere. I believe O'Shea made a website called the Negro Manosphere, which is, I guess, you know, a play on the words manosphere. But he did his own thing, the Negro Manosphere, separation, right? And he had a lot of different guys that would come on there. You know, you had, I believe, I think Donovan Sharp used to come over there. You had, let me see, what's the brother that passed away? I think it's Alan Roger Curry, R.I.P. to him. He was over there. And the other brother, what's his name, man? He recently had a medical emergency. You had a lot of guys that was writing and doing various things for the websites and so and so and so. And that was designed to help men. You know, it was designed to help men to improve, to get ourselves together because we were out of order. We were literally holding each other accountable. But then it switched and it turned into, let's bash women. Women are the problem. And when that started, the gender war started. And that's when all sorts of problems began. Everybody started fighting, turning against one another, infighting, outfighting. It just was one big mess. And from that day, it never been the same. You know? Because a lot of guys dropped the ball and forgot the mission statement. We end up causing ourselves to be targeted, and even to the point where they had websites that was created that men that talk a certain way or whatever, they're a part of this community called the manosphere. And it made a lot of guys concerned because we're like, look, I'm not those kind of guys. I'm doing this. But because you were talking in a similar way, even if you weren't doing anything wrong, you were thrown into the pot. You were thrown into the pot automatically. And nobody didn't care. Why red pill content is toxic? Because it doesn't profit anything. Even here on YouTube, a lot of your channels, a lot of you content creators that keep pushing this red pill ideology, if you notice, your channels can't grow. Your channels just don't grow. It's not good for business because you come off as a hater channel. You come across as just an angry person that just sits there all day talking about women, but you don't talk about men. This is why I try my best to be fair and balanced, because we have to have the conversation. We have to have conversations about women issues as well as men issues. How are we going to grow? But the problem is there are so many channels that talk about nothing but women, but they're not really helping. They're just focusing on women as if though they're your enemy. And what it does, it just creates a toxic environment that is unhealthy, similar to a hostile working environment. Now imagine you're at work and you have 5 guys at the lunch table and all they're talking about is how bad women are, and you're a female and you're sitting there on the left side and that's what you're hearing all day. It's going to become a toxic working environment because now in your mind, you don't know how these guys are looking at you. I mean, their talking points are just crazy. And all they're speaking on is how negative women are, and you never hear them talking about themselves. About, I need to improve myself, bro. Yeah, I got an attitude issue too. Yeah, I got some addictions of my own that I need to overcome. You never hear that. You don't hear guys on social media helping brothers to overcome their issues, unless they're brothers that are in the truth. You just don't hear that anymore. We supposed to be teaching brothers how to make money. That's one of the main conversations we're supposed to be having as men. How are we going to get this money? How are we going to get our health and fitness in order? And how are we going to build family? Those are the 3 conversations as men we're supposed to be focused on. Getting money, health and fitness, building family. That's it. Because if we're not focusing on that, then we're losing. And I think that over time, a lot of content creators within the space have matured. They put aside their childish ways and they decided to focus on the business aspect of social media and got away from the red pill because the red pill is toxic. Anybody that stays connected to the red pill dies. Or their channel don't grow, or they remain in drama. I mean, if you think about the entire Fresh and Fit situation, why they're always in the spotlight of getting in trouble? Red pill. Why Just Pearly got demonetized? Red pill. Why Mr. Tate got banished from social media? Red pill. Are you putting the pieces together now? And if you associate with these people, you get banished too. If you have these people on your platform and interview them, you get deplatformed. That's just the way it is. Because it becomes hate when it's consistently done over and over and over and over and over and over, and you offer no solutions. Yes, we have a lot of single mothers in the world. They make bad decisions. Okay, what's the solution? Do you see the difference? What's the solution? Because if all women are bad, then who are you guys having sex with? If women are bad, right? Let's just think about this. If women are bad and women are the problem, why as men we still want to lay up in bed with them? Think about that now. Don't be a hypocrite. If you believe that women are the problem, why you want to sleep with them? It makes no sense. So obviously you like them. So what really is the problem? And why you don't address your problems? Because you got problems, you just don't want to address them. What about our problems as men? What about the issues we have to overcome? How many of you brothers struggle with watching porn right now? You don't got no time to be talking about how women are toxic and they got problems when you be beating off every night. You haven't even overcome that yet. You got issues. This is why I always tell guys when you're watching my show, I say, look, guys, stop whacking off. Stop watching corn. Stop it, bro. Like, just stop. Stop doing this. I mean, New Breed just did a video. Shout out to New Breed. He just did a video telling you guys how you need to stop doing this type of stuff. Stop whacking off. Stop this nonsense. You're grown men. You're just depleting your energy. You're giving your energy away to demons. How are we going to grow as men if we sitting by a computer monitor whacking off all day? You got to control yourself. As men, listen, I understand as a man, you got desires. All of us brothers have desires. All of us is going to want a woman at some point in time. But we got to grow as men. And if we're whacking off all day, we're just releasing energy, being addicted to a computer monitor. That's not helping us to make no money. You got too much time on your hand if you got your D in your hand playing with yourself. You ain't making no money doing that. So we just can't be talking about women and we're not addressing our own issues. I ain't saying you can't talk about women issues, but there's a way to talk about those issues and be a little bit more on the respectful side. You could be very blunt and raw. At the same time, it cannot come off as if though you hate women, because I think that's the misconception that a lot of women have when they hear content. They think that as men that we hate them. Now, some of you guys may be like that. Some of you guys, I believe you do hate women with a passion because that seems to be your content. But see, when you do that kind of content, it's almost like you make it bad for all of us guys. Because when we try to address certain issues regarding women, they don't want to hear nothing because they're so accustomed to guys hating women. And this is why we're unable to grow as a community. Because we're divided. Because we don't know how to work together. And we don't know how to be fair and balanced. Guys, we have problems too. Guys, we got demons too. Just as much as you say, women are toxic and they got this and they got that, us men, we got the same problems. In order for a woman to be a single mother, right, she had to get with one of you ninjas. In order for a woman to have 3 baby daddies, one of you guys had to have slept with her. So it takes 2 to tango. So what about accountability for men? What about that? See, we don't want to hear that. Anytime I say that, guys get upset. Ringo, you're simping. Ringo, you're pandering to women. No, I'm speaking the truth. You just don't want to hear it. And this is the problem with men. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to hear the truth. And this is why a lot of guys had to separate themselves from what is known as the manosphere, because it just became toxic, full of men just degrading and bashing women. And that's it. You never hear them talk about men, and you never hear them offer solutions. It's like they're making more men angry. It's like their purpose is to gather a crowd of men to make them angry. And this is why Just Pearly Things got demonetized. Because she's following the same ideology of Red Pill. And what she did is she used underage young ladies to exploit them for views so that men from the Red Pill community would look at them and start to ridicule them. So she's pretty much maximizing profits off of content she probably don't even care about. She just see it as a money-making business. Because why would a woman be doing that? You know? Why would a woman be interested in doing that to other women? Because she just see the dollars. It's not like she's married. It's not like she got a man. She don't even have that. But she's talking as if though she got all the answers that women need. Guys, I've always tell you this 1,000 times. When you listen to a woman talk about topics and she don't have a husband, but she seemed to be this guru on relationships, turn her off because she's fake. If a woman is truly knowledgeable about relationships, she should have a husband and she should be doing all the things she talk about. If she's not doing that, she's a fraud. And that's the problem that we have. You see, a couple of years back, I post this in my community section. A couple of years back. It says, last edited 3 years ago. I said, for the record, and notice this, I have a typo in here, but I never edited. I kept the typo there on purpose because I don't want nobody to say that I re-edited my posts. Because if it says edit, it says 3 years ago. That was the last time it was edited. So I don't want nobody to think that I updated it. I want them to understand that these were my words a long time ago. For the record, I'm not a part of any black manosphere or part of any group or social media club here on YouTube with all of these clowns who think, that's the typo, they control this space. Don't associate me with any content creators who aren't following the Most High in spirit and truth. I'm about family building, creativity, and speaking the truth for my people. I'm not into no red pill, blue pill, black pills, or any pills. I'm into the Bible and the laws of the Most High. I'm about teaching men to be men and teaching women to know their purpose. Do you see that? What did I just say? I'm about teaching men to be men and teaching women to know their purpose. Balance. Made a video years ago letting people know I'm not a part of any manosphere, but for some reason people think because I'm a black man, another typo, that I'm automatically associated with this manosphere BS. Although I speak on issues concerning black people, that doesn't mean you associate me with a so-called manosphere. I was here before any black manosphere from 2006 and been speaking on real issues before any so-called black content creator. And that's a fact. I'm a one-man army and will always be that way because these YouTube streets are filled with demons, haters, backbiters, liars, users, and hypocrites. Shalom/peace. And that was posted years ago. And it's still in my community section right now because I kept that there as a receipt for people that say things, which brings me to another point that I want to make. Let me see if I can get this. I have to make sure I show you these things because it's very important so that you understand the history. Because a lot of times people, they try to associate you with the toxicity that's going on in YouTube. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that a lot of guys, they're stuck in this matrix of red pill. And it's like, if you don't participate, it's like they get upset. If you're not down with the madness, they get upset with you. And to me, that's toxic, man. That's really, really toxic. They want you to be doing the same thing like everybody else. They want you to bash women all day. You got a lot of viewers that would get upset when you talk about men issues. Like if I make topics and I'm holding men accountable regarding something to help them grow, they'll get upset and say, "What are you doing, bro? You simping? You catering to women? Like, come on, man. Like, this is out of pocket." Why they feel that way? Because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be held accountable. And that's the problem with a lot of guys in the space. I'm trying to find a particular comment that I seen earlier. See if I can find it. Because it just goes to show how toxic these streets can be. I don't know if I took a screenshot or not, because I'm trying to find it, but I can't. Let me see. It's in one of these videos. Hold on a second. Oh, I think I know where it is. It was, I think, in this video. I think it was this video. Yeah. Okay. So now, I'll put this on the screen for you to see, right? Someone had came into my recent video where I was talking about just pearly things, right? And they said something that I want to address to just give you an understanding of what I got to deal with regarding these issues and how a lot of men are stuck in the matrix regarding this toxic red pill nonsense, right? Because again, a lot of these guys, they just hate women. Now this comment was posted in my latest video about Pearl. Somebody came in and says, "Ringo, you're wrong about the red pill. You've been here since day one. You know what you said was cap. Come on, don't Derek Jackson us, bro." Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the nature of what red pill content does to these men? It got to the point where this person said that I'm trying to be a Derek Jackson. This is what men do when you hold them accountable. They don't want to hear that, because in that video, I was talking about how the red pill is toxic, and this is why Pearl got demonetized, because she keep pushing a message that is going against the system, clearly violating guidelines, and they keep pushing this message that is anti-woman. I mean, Pearl literally made a shirt talking about women shouldn't vote. That's crazy. That right there pushes her in hot water automatically. Because if I made a shirt like that, I would get canceled automatically. Because what are you doing? How could you come up and say women shouldn't vote and make a shirt? And this is what Pearl did, and it's on her channel. That's her merch. So this guy said that I'm wrong about the red pill. You've been here since day one. You know what you said was cap. Come on, don't Derek Jackson us, bro. That was disrespectful what the person just said. Right? So I said, I'm a grown man with a family and been teaching truth for years. Red pill content. I said real red pill content, I guess is from the Bible. That's a typo. Real red pill content is from the Bible. And that's the truth. The Bible give you the true red pill. The Bible give you red pill about everything in life, including women and including yourself. It teaches you about yourself. It teaches you about your own evil nature. But men don't focus on that part of the pill. They just have a hatred for women. I says the garbage men and women share on social media called red pill is toxic, is a toxic message that only focus on women. If that is what you're looking for, go to a channel that promote that garbage. Over here, I teach a balanced message of truth. If you believe I'm wrong, stop viewing my content. The choice is yours. Because I don't understand, if the brother feels as if though I'm Derek Jackson and men, then why are you viewing me for? Go view somebody else. My thing is, we have to draw the line, guys, because the last thing we want to do as men is to be toxic to the point where when women come into the room or they're within our conversations, they just see us as a bunch of animals that hate women. That doesn't even make any sense. I got a lot of love for women. I got 4 daughters. So how could I hate women? How could I have a hatred for women and I got to raise 4 daughters? 4. I don't got no sons. I got 4 daughters. So there's nothing but emotions around me all day. So how could I have a hatred for women? So if there's anything that I'm teaching regarding women, is trying to give them the understanding of life, because anything that I teach women on the platform, I got to teach to my daughters too. Everybody gets held accountable. The thing is, men in particular don't want to hold themselves accountable. What about our issues as men? What about our addictions? What about men who take advantage of women? What about men that don't want to work and want to live off of a woman? What about you guys in the clouds that are literally living in another woman's house? She's paying all the bills. She go to work while you sitting home playing PlayStation. What about you being accountable? See, you don't want to talk about that. You just want to talk about red pill and how bad women are. You got a lot of ladies out here that are in relationships where they might have had a child with a man and dude don't want to do nothing. She's tired, bro. Bro, she is tired. She's not going to tell you that because you it's like you can't even handle the truth. Some of you ladies, you hold back from telling these knuckleheads the truth because you know he can't handle it. And this is why I'm saying a lot of you guys, you cannot handle the truth, because if your woman was to be honest with you, your feelings would be hurt because you can't handle the truth. Sometimes it takes a woman to tell a man that, hey, you need to improve. You need to improve. You need to get your money right. You need to get your sex game right. You need to learn how to do some things right. You got some improvement to do too. It ain't just the woman that needs to improve. We ain't perfect. We got issues too. You know? Sometimes we could be a little too rough. And sometimes our women may feel like we're unapproachable and we don't want to hear nothing. So we got to know how to improve ourselves. Because the message is toxic. It changed over the years. It used to be about men improving themselves so that we could be better in relationships, better in business. There was a time when brothers used to help brothers get money, get a job, get connections. And it's sort of getting back to that in some ways, especially on social media. But for the most part, we still got a lot of guys out here that are still pushing this toxic message of just hating women. And it's not good. It really is not good, fam. It's not healthy. Your channel can't grow. You're going to be banned off of all the websites. Is it really worth it? For what? To entertain your audience? Some of you guys, you do this kind of content to entertain your audience, and in the end, you're the one losing your channel. You're the one getting fired from your job. There have been content creators that work at a 9-to-5, but they had YouTube channels, and they would come on bashing women all day. The women, I don't know how these women do it. For some reason, these women know how to do their research. They end up finding these guys' work locations. They end up finding out where these guys work, and they send the videos to the department of wherever and let them people know, look, you got an employee who is on social media degrading women, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why these ladies do it, I don't think they do it because you just talk about women. I think it's the attitude and the fact that you don't even talk about men, and your approach to the topic is, it's like you hate women. And these guys end up getting fired from their job. And then after getting fired from their job, they come to social media to bash women even more. Rather than taking the L and recognizing, look, you're doing something wrong. Let's improve. You could talk about women issues, but let's learn how to be more professional with it. If you think about this, as much as I was not a fan of Kevin Samuels, right? His work ethic in terms of how he conducted himself on social media kept him out of hot water in terms of trouble. Even if you didn't agree, because you don't have to agree with everything. I didn't agree with everything Kevin Samuels did. I only had a few issues with his message that I would challenge him on. A lot of the guys in the space got upset with me because they figured that I hated the guy. I didn't hate Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? Not at all. I just disagreed with some points that he was making and a few things that he did that, in my opinion, was hypocritical. And I challenged him on that because I felt that it was toxic to have one message saying one thing and then from the other side of your mouth, you say something else, and it's not helping men. And I would challenge him on that. But one thing he did is, although he had a lot of haters, although he had a lot of people that weren't comfortable with his message, he did it in a way where he wasn't going to get in trouble, if that make any sense. It's almost like he knew what he can and can't say and how he did it. Matter of fact, he would say certain things that most women would be considered hate, but the way he said it, it's almost like women couldn't even say anything because of how he did it. It's like they hated him and loved him at the same time. You had women that hated Kevin Samuels, but they watched him every day religiously because of how he did his job. Well, Tommy's situation is totally different. He was out of pocket with it. Come on now. Anybody that know the story, it was just too harsh. He wasn't following the guidelines. Again, you can't be on YouTube calling women bees and just calling them out of their name and wilding out and having you can't do that. You can't do that. And if you think that's good content, then you're toxic. You know? Now, credit to Tommy, he did something in YouTube that changed the game in a lot of ways. Because again, I've seen everybody come in these YouTube streets, and even though I have my disagreements with that guy, he brought something into the YouTube streets that could have been great if he would have did it in a manner in which Kevin Samuels did it. Respectfully, I believe that Kevin Samuels looked at the model of Tommy and various other content creators, and he just packaged everything into one package and sold it, and it just blew up. Rather than just bashing the women and just degrading them, how about just having them call in, ask them questions, and see if they qualify themselves based on the questions. That way, nobody could say I'm bashing them. Nobody could say I'm putting them down. Nobody could say I'm being disrespectful. The only time Kevin, I guess, flipped out on women was when they flipped out on him. But he never really did it just to do it. If you notice that, he never flipped out on women and cussed them out just to do it without warrant. He did it only when a woman raised her temperature and he kind of just matched her energy. That's it. So the way he did what he did, it kept him off the radar. But now the way Tommy was doing it, he would just be too raw, and that's what got him in trouble. That's what got him in trouble, because it falls into hate. It's like, it's toxic. It just it's not good for business. And he had a lot of success on YouTube. But because of not following the guidelines, not readjusting his business strategy, it cost him. No different than what happened with Just Pearly. No different than what happened with Fresh and Fit, and a host of other content creators that got banned from YouTube. It's like you get this success, and then you don't consider, maybe I should change my ways. Let me hold myself accountable. Let me look at what I'm doing and see if I can improve, because I got all this success. Let me maintain the bag by adjusting. Maybe my attitude needs an adjustment. Maybe my attitude can have a tune-up. Even that woman, I never uttered her name in the history of YouTube. Never uttered her name, never will. Never made a video about her, never will. Because as soon as I heard of her, I already knew what she was about. I knew her nature, I knew what she's about. And when I heard her getting pregnant by another guy on YouTube, and then continue to bash men and wish all sorts of evil on babies, I already knew that it was only a matter of time. And think about it, with all the time she had to readjust her message and calm down and clean up her act and get right, she kept on with it. And I think that a lot of times people don't know how to get out of this matrix, and they just stay in the same box, and it's toxic. And then you end up losing everything, So I want people to understand that the red pill is dangerous in today's day, because it doesn't focus on solving problems. It just promotes hate. It makes men angry when we got problems that we need to overcome ourselves. Which brings us to this particular clip that I want to show you here of Muhammad Ali and this issue that I want you guys to focus on. Now, Muhammad Ali is being interviewed and asked questions by two white guys that is on the panel. I want you to listen to this. And I want you to see the problem that we have as men. This has nothing to do with women. I want you to see what we as men need to be focusing on right now, because this is a timely message. I want you to look at this transaction, and I want you to see the problems we as men have that is affecting us as a whole. So take a listen to this. Hold on, let me get this thing muted. Okay, unmute. Okay.
No, because I got to have the white man's flag over me.
Listen again.
No, because I got to have the white man's flag over me, and I got to represent all.
No, you don't. I'll change.
I disagree with that, Muhammad. There are a lot of blacks in Congress, and they don't have the white man's flag.
I don't fuss at the brother on TV.
No, I know.
Let's don't be niggas and fools in front of white people.
I'm not gonna fuss.
Let me talk to them. I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to everybody here.
Well, I'm talking to them now.
Take your hand on my face. I'm talking to everybody here.
Let me talk to them. They asking me questions.
I understand it.
This is our problem.
I understand.
You understand? We got to get together.
We're not gonna.
And I don't think politics have a problem. I'm talking to brothers.
No, but I want to change the color of the flag. I'm serious about that.
I'm not. Okay.
You talk about the flag over your head.
If we gonna change the color of the flag, okay, that's a heck of a job.
Yeah. Well, it is a job.
See, now we're getting on stuff that don't make no sense. We were talking about something.
I guess it makes more sense
I hope
than
the
Bessie
people
Ross.
can look at this and see what I'm talking about. I hope the people can watch your show and see what I'm talking about.
Well, they will. They look at Mike Douglas
the black
every day.
people understand.
Black people do it.
Now, do you see the problem that we have as men? Or are you guys, maybe you just didn't see it. You got two white guys that are on the stage. They're asking Muhammad Ali, a few questions. And rather than these brothers stay on code in front of white folk. Instead, they going back and forth arguing, making themselves look crazy on national television. That's what we got going on right now as black men. This is the problem that we have as a community, as men. But yet we're focused on women all day when we have our own drama. We can't get along as men. We can't build businesses as men. There is so much money to be made. And rather than us working together to build, we're more focused on how horrible women are, but we're not talking about ourselves. We can't even get along. These guys look like they wanted to go fight. And the white man is looking at them like, wow, these guys can't even get along. Listen to it again.
Because I got to have the white man's flag over me, and I got to represent all
No,
of
you,
them.
no, you don't. I'll change.
I disagree with that, Muhammad. There are a lot of blacks in Congress, and they don't have the white man's flag.
I don't fuss with the brother on TV.
No, I know.
Let's don't be niggas and fools in front of white people.
Notice Muhammad Ali said, let's not be fools and N-words in front of white folk. He said, I don't fuss with my brothers on TV. In other words, you got to know how to stay in character. But see, we have such a hatred for one another that's hidden as black men. It's like we don't want to see each other rise. We don't want to see each other prosper. And because of this hatred, we just can't wait to go toe to toe against each other while the other nations are looking at us laughing and profiting off of our misery. That's what's happening right now.
Let me talk to them. I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to everybody here.
Well, I'm talking to them now.
Notice, he's trying to talk to the other guys who's asking him questions, but the brother in the middle keep interjecting and want to go toe to toe. Now keep listening.
Take your hand on my face. I'm talking to everybody here.
Notice he said, take your hand on my face. Fighting words. Take your hand on my face. That's what he said. Those are fighting words. So we've been toxic for a long time. So why as men, we ain't talking about this issue? Why we're ignoring this? Because this is what we do every day. Oh, you disrespected me. What? What you said on Instagram? Nah, fam, you disrespected me. I'm gonna come see you. This is what we do on social media. Grown men talking about when I see you is on site. Rather than us getting some money on site, we are plotting on one another. We became the ops to one another. If you go to the black community, the young brothers and sisters, guess who's the ops? Our own people. The ops is never a white man. The ops is always our own people that we plotting on. That's crazy. So how are we gonna grow as a people if we're still toxic? So the red pill was never about women. When Morpheus gave Neo the red pill, it was about understanding the world we're living in, because we need the woman to create. We need the woman. So we gotta work together in order to survive. But what they did is they divided us. They divided us by putting us against one another, making us compete against one another. And because of this, the roles have been reversed in terms of gender roles. Now our brothers want to wear dresses. The women want to wear pants. We're hearing about black men bending over, getting their backs blown out now. It's just sick right now. We just heard about Marlon Wayne's, his daughter is now his son. So the roles have been reversed. This is what society created. You know, the roles are reversed. Women want to be men and men want to wear a dress. Why? Because no fathers are in the home raising these young boys, so the mothers are raising them to wear a dress now. The boys are raised too feminine, and then the daughters are raised to be masculine. The daughters are raised to be a provider, to get education and get a job, whereas the boy, he's raised to depend on a woman. Believe it or not, ladies, a lot of you ladies that are in the clouds that are living with a man right now, and he's not doing nothing. You paying all the bills, You going to work. You get up every morning to go to work. And he's home. And you guys are wondering why your woman is cheating on you on the job. Oh, let's talk about it. Guys, you're wondering why your woman is on the job cheating on you. You wondering why? Because you ain't about nothing. And she got comfortable talking with someone else. That's right. Because she don't respect you. Because if she did, she wouldn't be doing what she's doing. Now, she might still be rocking with you, but she figured, you know what? I'm going to have a little fun on the side. Because you're not about nothing. She don't see no security in you. And a lot of guys are out there perpetrating a fraud, living off of a woman. I would feel bad to know that I'm living under another woman's roof. She's paying the rent, buying the groceries, and I'm a bum. I wouldn't feel like a man. I wouldn't. I would feel bad. I would be ashamed of myself. I wouldn't want to be seen in the streets. That's one of the worst feelings. And I know you got some of you brothers that are doing that right now. I encourage you to get off your ASS, go out there and start to build yourself up. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm trying to give you some information to help you to improve yourself as a man. If you're that guy that is on that woman's couch, living up in her house, and you ain't doing nothing, it's time for you to be a man, bro. It's time. Don't be up on social media talking about how these women ain't ish and these women ain't no good and they don't want to submit. Why would anybody submit to a bum? Why would anybody want to submit to a man that ain't doing nothing? How could a woman respect a man like that? Because women want to respect you. They really do. It's just that they can't. How could she respect you when she is literally outdoing you in various areas, bro? It gets to the point where she's like, I mean, I'm the man. And you made her feel like she's the man now. That woman is supposed to respect you. But she can't. How can she respect you when she's feeding you? She buy your clothes. If she don't pay that rent, you homeless. That's crazy, man. And I still don't understand why those ladies put up with you guys. Like, it got to be a situation where it's either you probably slinging some D, and that's why she make you stay around, or you watching the kids and cleaning the house. Because I don't see how a woman just have a guy in her life and he a bum and he not doing nothing. So it got to be something that you probably doing. You probably blowing her back out. You probably do a good job in that department. And she kind of say, you know what? Yeah, he don't work. Yeah, he a bum. But hey, he throws some good D, so I'm going to keep him around. You know? That may be the issue. You know? Yeah, physically she wants to submit, but mentally she can't, or she won't be able to survive. Yeah. But see, as men, we can't handle the truth. At Jasmine, as men, a lot of us, we can't handle the truth. We say we're masculine, we say we're strong, but if a woman was to sit us down and say, look, I want to have a talk with you. You're not really doing your job as a man. That right there would cut a man deep because he's not ready for that. And I think that a lot of guys that claim they're getting this red pill, you haven't got the red pill yet till a woman tell you that you ain't ish. Until your woman come up to you and say, you know what? You're failing, bro. You're failing. I'm sorry. I just got to tell you the truth. You're failing your family. You're not doing enough. You're not earning nothing. As a man, you're supposed to be doing a lot to pull your family out of a bad situation. To put your kids in a better environment. It's something you're supposed to do as a man. You're supposed to sacrifice. You know? The only thing on my mind is putting my daughters in a better position. That's it. So that they can have the opportunities in life that I never had. You know? Even though they're young, my elder is 15, the others are younger, I'm trying to get them into a position in life where they don't have to struggle, go through, and deal with all the drama I had to deal with when I was younger. Giving them the opportunities I never had. That is the goal, should be the goal for any parent or father or whatever, mother, and so forth. It's not about you. It doesn't mean you can't live your life. At the same time, your children is your primary responsibility. You know, your children is your responsibility. And that's the issue. Let me see. Red pillars complain all women are gold diggers. Well, they do that. Yeah. At the same time, let's address what men are doing. If red pillars complain all women are gold diggers, then what about the men that just want to smash a woman? What about the men that just want to use a woman for sex? What about that? And a lot of times, guys, this have women on edge because it's like you get around them and the only thing you're wanting is just to smash. That is toxic. That's toxic, guys. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole family thing and all of that other stuff. I might touch on the topic a little bit. At the end of the day, there are women out there that want to do the right thing, want to settle down. They really do. At the same time, we're living in a world that's so toxic, they don't trust nobody. So even if you're a good brother, they don't trust you. You got women that don't even trust me. And I'm speaking the truth. And they don't trust me. They think I'm just a dog just like you. They really do. They just don't trust nobody because they've been traumatized because of their past relationships too. So we all got problems. And for the most part, a lot of us look like bad guys by default, just because we're a man. So women gonna look at us automatically like all you want to do is smash. You run into a sister today and she look good from head to toe. In her mind, the only reason why you interested in her is because you want to hit it. Now, it may be true that you do want to hit it because you're a man. Obviously, you have to be attracted to women, but what is our purpose for getting with this woman? Why do you want to get with her? It shouldn't be because you just want to hit it. You should want to build a relationship with this woman. You should want to have children with this woman. You should want to love this woman. That gotta be a part of your nature as a man. I seen a video that's circulating, and I'm gonna end up doing a video about it, where some knucklehead is going around saying it's not in our nature to love women. It's not in our nature as men to love a woman. It's just to smash and keep it moving. Real sick. That's red pill toxic talking points. It's crazy. You know? And this is what these guys are doing right now. The dude literally stood on camera and said that as men, it's not in our nature to love women. That we're supposed to just hit it and keep moving. I'm like, what? That's sick. So are you saying it's okay for somebody to do that to your daughter? You want a guy to just get with your daughter, hit it from the back, and keep moving? I'm sure you don't want that for your daughter. But this is what they're saying. This is what they're doing. And because of this, women are angry because they're like, look, all of you guys have just become toxic. All you want to do is pump, dump, smash, dash, throw women in the trash. And how are we going to build? Because every other nationality on earth, they're not doing this. They're growing their communities. They're growing in wealth. They're building businesses. It's like only in the black community, we got all this drama. Why? You know? It's getting out of hand right now. And it's a problem. And this is something that we must overcome as men. And it really is bad if, as a man, all you see a woman for is sex. That's crazy. What about companionship? Do you not know, guys, one of the best things about interacting with a woman, in my opinion, is just companionship. The ability to just talk, vibe, and chill. That's one of the best things you can do when you're around a woman. It's just the company of talking, interacting, and just sharing your ideas and your life on where you're going and what you and her could accomplish. That, to me, is the most important thing that you're supposed to be focusing on, rather than just, oh, I just want to hit it. What? Nah, man, this is the toxic pill that you call red pill. So all we got to do as men is just get with a woman to smash, and that's it. That's crazy. How are we going to build? If all of us guys are doing that, we're doomed. How could we blame these women for being single mothers if all we want to do is hit it? Are you seeing how we as men have to be accountable too? Imagine if all of us brothers said, you know what? I'm not going to pump and dump no more. I'm just going to focus on me, get my health and fitness in order, get my money right, and just chill with this dating game and just be more responsible as a man. Guess what's going to happen? None of these women out here are going to be in any relationships. They're going to have to get their act together as well. So the truth of the matter is, we're sitting around waiting for women to get their act together, when as men, we're not getting our act together. Do you see the problem? We don't want to get our act together, but we want women to get their act together. That's toxic. What about us? And I think that this is the problem with men. We're not accountable for our own actions. Guys, do you got kids out there that you don't take care of? Okay, you have a baby mama that is a demon. She probably keeping the kids from you. Under those circumstances, I understand your situation. It's crazy. But you also have the courts. You can get some custody of your children. So there's no excuses. You know, you not taking care of your kids. How could you talk about a woman being toxic and you're toxic too? You not financially supporting your children. You're toxic. Please sit down. There's a lot of things that we need to work on as men. Then talking about how bad women are. We're the enemy of ourselves. We can't even get along as men. You know? What are you doing to improve? Maybe you got a bad attitude. Have you checked that? Oh, of course not, because in your eyes, you're a saint. But you mad at me because I'm talking about these issues. But if I'm talking about women, you tell me, yo, Ringo, man, salute, Ringo. Yo, you going in, bruh. Yo, I really appreciate your message. Oh, yeah, only when I talk about women. But when I talk about men issues, you upset. You know? That's what's going on. And it's not cool. It's not cool at all, but this is what people are doing. Let me see. Somebody said, what about camps teaching men when you have sex with women, sex with a woman, she's your wife. Can you break that down for people? Listen, stuff like that you can't break down because people don't follow God. How could you break that down? We have to have common sense when it comes to these topics. We really do. According to the Bible, sex equals marriage. But according to this society, they don't believe that. So how could you break that down? If a woman don't feel that that's true, she don't care. She's going to go about her business. If a man don't believe that's true, he's going to do whatever he's going to do. So you cannot break anything down when society is toxic and corrupted. The role of a woman is to cater to her husband, take care of children, the house. But if today's woman don't believe she's to do that, how could you talk about it? She don't want to hear it. So the only thing you can do is find women that understand their role, or teach women about their role, and hopefully they'll adapt to the situations. I cannot sit around trying to teach a woman how to be a woman. If she don't know her role, I don't want her anyway. Because she's coming from a toxic nature. I can't deal with that. It's too stressful. You know? And I'm not into none of these camps. I don't follow none of these camps. I don't do that. I'm strictly solo. Because even the camps are off in a lot of ways. Yes, sex equals marriage, but we live in a culture where people are all over the place. So what are they to do? Oh, well, you had sex with that person, then that guy is your husband. Like, how is she going to go back to that guy? And how are you going to go find those women you were with? Come on now. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Yeah, everyone don't share the same values. That's another problem. This is why I'm not wasting my time with a lot of these issues, because it only has meaning when people adapt or live by those standards. If you get around women and they don't have the home training on being a wife, you cannot teach them these things. In my opinion, it's like you're wasting your time. A woman is supposed to come to you with the mindset of doing her part. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. When you get around a woman and she's just very feminine, very supportive of what you do, loving, considerate, attentive to you, and y'all able to vibe and build something. That's a good woman. She's cut from a different cloth. And it's interesting because a lot of times women want the same thing. They want a guy that understand his role, understand how to treat a woman, how to do this and that. But see, are we as men focusing on that? No, we're focused on we're perfect and women are the problem. And we call that the red pill. That's crazy. A lot of you guys don't know how to be a husband. You don't know the first thing about being a father. You don't know the first thing about being a provider. You have no clue. You think because you're a man and you make a lot of money that you're masculine. That don't mean nothing. There's a lot of guys that got a lot of money and they're horrible providers. They just got a lot of money. You got a lot of guys that claim they're masculine, but they don't know how to lead a woman. They don't know how to teach children. They don't know how to do nothing. They're worthless. Literally. It's like a waste of manhood. You call yourself a man, but you're not a leader. Women want to be taught. Women want direction. So as a man, you should be able to regulate situations and lead a woman and make her understand that you are in the driver's seat. Because if not, she's going to take the steering wheel and she's going to drive right off the cliff. And it's going to be your fault. That's what happened to Adam in the garden, because he wasn't really guiding Eve. He just let her do her own thing. And that's why sin came into the world. That's what happened when you leave a woman to herself and you don't give her the education and you don't guide her. She's considered the weaker vessel. So as men, we got to understand that if a woman is considered the weaker vessel according to the scriptures, she's more likely to get caught up in deception, easy to manipulate, and make bad choices. It doesn't mean she's incapable of learning. It just means she needs guidance. The Most High made a man to guide a woman. But what about you guys that don't have education or the wherewithal to guide a woman? What about you? Just because you're a man doesn't automatically mean you're knowledgeable and have the capability to lead a woman. So you got to educate yourself first before you can talk about how bad these women are. And the only way you can do that is through experience. Experience is the greatest teacher. Experience will teach you hands-on how to be a man, how to deal with women accordingly. The way you deal with a woman is totally different. The way you talk to a woman is totally different. All of these things we have to learn as men, And you can't force a woman to respect you. A woman is going to naturally submit to you when you're on point, automatically. You don't have to do nothing. When you're doing what you got to do, she's going to submit to you automatically. All of that forced submission like Diddy did to Cassie, that's not masculine. He's a predator. Matter of fact, everything Diddy did to Cassie is the equivalent of the toxic nature of red pill. That is what red pill does. If you want to know the full potential of what red pill will do to a man, look at what Diddy did to Cassie. That is the true nature of when a man is fully toxic by red pill. It turned him into a demon. And he starts to abuse women, beat women, use her sexually. P. Diddy embodies everything of Red Pill. And that's the nature of it. He didn't care about her spirit, her soul, her body. He used her, abused her, beat her, bashed her, took the best years of her life and ruined her. And unfortunately, a lot of guys do that to young women, destroy them young. And then when these women get older, they're traumatized, become single mothers, and struggle throughout life trying to pick up the pieces because some man or a couple of men destroyed them. And now these women are bitter towards men because they hate men now because of what they've been through. There's a lot of other women out there just like Cassie, a lot, that are carrying around hurt, pain, drama, and the memory of men who violated them. You got guys that have raped a lot of our sisters out here forcefully. I'm talking about guys that they were in relationship with these women. The women cut off the relationship. These guys went to their houses and forced themselves on them, literally forced themselves and raped them in these women's houses. And these women live with the pain of what happened to them. Some women don't even talk about it. But a lot of our women been raped and violated by men. A lot. It happens and nobody talks about it. Nobody, it stays hidden. Some of these ladies are so traumatized, they don't tell nobody. They're scared to talk about it. But it affects their future relationships. You have some women out here, guys, that you get with them and they don't tell you that back in the day, they had got raped by like 3 different men who literally did them dirty. And these women are heartbroken. And a lot of times we look at them as she's bitter, she's angry, but you don't know where she been. She been traumatized and beaten up and thrown through the wolves. She's still trying to get her life together. And when she got in front of you, she's hoping that somehow you that guy that can heal her spirit. And I know sometimes we look at the situation like, man, I'm not here to heal none of these women. Again, we as men have to be a little more receptive to the times we're in and understand that a lot of women are going to come to you broken, just like a lot of you guys are broken right now. Some of you guys are broken because of past relationships. That's right. Some of you guys were heartbroken by a woman in whom you love back in the day. You put your all into that relationship and she cheated on you and it hurt you. And even to this day, you're still bitter and angry. And because of that one incident, you hate women now. Now you go around with a chip on your shoulder because of one woman. Out of all the women in the world, you mad at all women because of one woman that cheated on you. Come on now. And that's the truth. For a lot of you guys, it really hurt your heart to know that that woman cheated on you. You never thought it could have happened. And you still haven't overcome the demons of your past. So how could we sit around talking about how these women ain't no good all day when we struggling too? We got demons in our closet. Some of you guys are in the closet, literally, battling with your sexuality. That's right. And a lot of ladies, y'all don't know this. You got a lot of guys out here that are struggling. They don't know what to do. They're in the closet. Their woman don't know. And it's crazy because some of you guys are with women and your woman think you cheating with another woman, but you're with another man and you don't tell her the truth. You need to tell that woman the truth, bro. You need to tell her the truth. Look at what's going on with Will and Dwayne. It's all coming out. You got a lot of guys that are like this, ladies. You got a lot of guys that are out there that look masculine, look like they're a bad boy, a tough guy. And these guys be taking wood. Real talk. These guys be in the back in the booth in the dark, taking wood deep. This is what they do. And they haven't come out the closet to be truthful. And, you know, it's really bad. So you got a lot of guys that are dealing with their own demons and they don't tell nobody. You got guys that been molested as a child. that don't talk about their inner stories. You know? You got guys that been violated and they don't talk about these issues. I mean, like the only dude on social media that I know of that been open and talked about his own upbringing has been Hassan Campbell. He's the only one that I've seen that been very transparent about the things he endured and experienced growing up. But a lot of guys, they had that same upbringing, the same trauma, but they never talk about it. So they're angry with women because they may have been violated when they were younger. You had young men that were violated by a woman when they were younger. That's right. You have situations where you had boys that grew up and a grown woman put him to eat her box. That's right. And this is what he had to do. And it's not like these women did that and they were clean, took a shower. No, these women just told these boys to go do it. Raw, while she dirty and nasty. And these guys have been traumatized their whole life. Then these women turn these boys out, doing all sorts of things, molesting them. Turn these young boys out. So it's not always that these young kids got violated by a man. A lot of times it happened by women too. You know? And then these guys grow up confused and they have a hatred for women because of what happened to them. So the red pill is not healing these men. You got a lot of guys, you guys been watching this red pill content from all these YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagrammers, and you're still not healed yet. You're still bitter, still going through, and you still don't got a woman. You still don't got a woman. Still not happy. Why? Because you're focusing on women all day rather than focusing on you. How about overcoming your own issues? Overcome who you became. Deal with the demons that tormented you from the past. Deal with that first and stop blaming women for all your problems. It ain't like women are outside trying to stop you from being a man. You're just mad because you're a failure. And I say that respectfully. Just because you failed in life and haven't been able to accomplish what you believe you should have accomplished doesn't mean a woman is to blame for that. You're just not working hard enough. Stop focusing on vagina and focus on building yourself up as a man, bruh. Take a year off. In other words, for a whole year, I'm not interested in women. I'm focusing on me. Do that, bruh. Take a year and get yourself together. No women, no sex, just you building up you. I guarantee you'll be a different guy. You know? Yeah, a lot of the dating coaches, listen, man, respect to a lot of the dating coaches, for their input over the beginning years on social media. At the same time, even they got toxic and started to lead a lot of the young brothers astray. They led them astray, did our brothers dirty. The monetization came in. They started focusing on selling books, tapes, courses, and all it did is just made men worse. This is all they did. And it's like it just caused a lot of the guys to just become even more toxic, and they just hate women. And it's to the point like, guys, do you not want a relationship with a woman? Do you not want to have kids one day? I mean, sometimes we come on social media and all we hear is women bashing, and it's like we think that's what the world is all about. And we don't realize that we're getting older, and if we're not careful, man, we're going to literally lose our life, and it's going to pass us by because we're being trained to hate women. And it's not supposed to be that way. You're supposed to see a woman and want to have children, mate with her, love her, and show her a better way. There are women out here, guys, that they need you. But they don't need you when you're toxic. They need you to be healed. They need for you to be 100% secure within yourself because they're without direction. You got a lot of women out here that they go to their 9 to 5. They go home and they're without direction. They're looking for purpose. They want to be a part of something. But until they find that particular guy, they're just not interested because there's so much toxicity out here. Women are afraid to get involved with a dude because it's almost like, man, why get involved only to be destroyed? So they just rather just stay alone and buy a toy. That's how bad it is. And I don't recommend women play around with these toys and all this other junk, but this is where we're at right now. They would just rather be by themselves than to be in a relationship with a guy that's not going nowhere. What is the plan? Okay, you got with a woman. What's the plan? What is your plan for her as a man? Or are you just trying to hit it? What is your plan when you meet a young lady? Is it just to smash? It's not about building something. Like a lot of times, ladies, you hear us brothers say stuff like to build with a woman. And you probably wondering, what do you mean by build? Like, what does build mean, Ringo? What is build? Because I hear that all the time from guys about, getting together and build. And then you got some ladies that be like, well, I ain't trying to build with no man. He should already be build. Well, you got to understand what build mean. When you get with a woman, bro, building with a woman is about understanding your purpose. This is why as a man, you got to know yourself first and foremost. Because if you haven't found yourself as a man, you can't direct no woman because you don't have no direction yourself. If you don't have a purpose as a man, you're going to lose in the dating game. You're going to lose in relationships because you're not going nowhere. You're lost. So how can you direct a woman when you are lost? You can't direct no woman because you need direction. And she's going to know you're lost because you're going to look just as confused as she is. So when it comes to building, you got to have a purpose and you got to figure out how this woman fit into your purpose. You got to look at a woman and say, I need you in my life. Why you need me in your life? Well, as a man, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. This is my purpose. This is what I'm doing with my life. And I can't fulfill this thing by myself. You bring something to this table that would only enhance exactly what I'm doing. I see the value in you. From all this time of us talking, vibing, getting to know one another, I see exactly where you fit in my world. I see the value in you. It's not just about me trying to hit it and bounce. I see value long term. And I want that. And you got to talk to that woman with purpose in mind to make her understand your heart. Because a lot of women are just accustomed to the same old, same old. They haven't heard a guy talk about real issues in terms of purpose. Now, don't get me wrong. There are women out there that probably don't even care about none of this. They'll just laugh at you. But my point is, there are women out there that want to hear you talk about purpose, because if you don't got no purpose, a woman not following you, especially if she been taught to be independent, she's not following you, bro. She got her own crib, her own car. She's doing her own thing. So if you step up to her, you got to be about purpose, bro. You just can't be some dude that's just playing games. What is the purpose and why you need her? This is why I keep telling you ladies, when a guy's shooting his shot, you got to ask him, why are you interested in me? Are you just trying to hit it? Because I'm not really with it. What is your purpose? What are you doing? Because a lot of guys don't have no purpose. And she's not going to stay. What is your purpose, bro? Why do this? Why do you want this woman? Are you trying to have kids with her? Or are you just trying to have sex with her? This is why, as a woman, you got to keep your legs closed. And I understand human nature. Sometimes you ladies, you might get with a dude and one thing led to another. You feeling him, he feeling you, and boom, boom, boom. It happens. But see, as women, you got to control that too. You got to look beyond how you feel and say, wait a minute now. I'm just not going to open up myself to this man and make the same mistakes I've been doing all my life. I got to really know where this man is going, because I've been here, I've done that, and I'm tired of this. I am tired of playing this game. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of wasting my life away, getting with one guy, and it's the same thing. Get with another guy, it's the same thing. When am I going to get with a guy that actually have a purpose, that I can follow and respect? Are you guys focused on that? Or are you just bashing women all day? Because I'm telling you, with all you guys that be on social media joining the bash the women train, if all of you had a baddie in your life, a woman that would really put it on you, a woman that would cook for you, cater to you, you would not even be on social media listening to that content. You'll be listening to content on how to make your relationships better. You'll be looking for videos that can improve your relationship that you already have. I'm telling you, if all of these guys had a woman in their life, they would not be on YouTube, on social media, looking for red pill content that bash women. You would not be. You would not listen to it. You would not care for it. Because you have a woman or women in your life fulfilling purpose. You have kids that you're responsible for. So you won't be listening to all of that mess. Because I wouldn't want any of my daughters to be around any of you guys that are toxic. None of you. Because I know you're dangerous. I know your mentality is sick. And you only see women as a piece of meat. That's it. So as men, we got to understand why red pill content is toxic. It's because it's destroying us. It's keeping us from our goals, keeping us from improving, and it's not helping us. It's turning us against women. It's making us become so toxic that we are literally entertaining the idea that we're not even supposed to love women, when really we're supposed to love women. It's in our nature to do that. But because we've been hurt from past relationships, we grew bitter. But we don't want to admit it. A lot of you guys don't want to admit that you're bitter because of the heartbreak you had back in the day. You got to admit it. You got to overcome the hurt. You got to overcome. Okay, you have trust issues now. I get it. You got to overcome. You can't look at every woman out to get you dirty, to do you dirty. Because that's not true. You got some women out here that all they want to do is cater to a guy. You got some women out here that are tired of playing this game. They just want to relax and be with a cool brother and stop all this nonsense. But it's difficult because there's so much toxic men that are hurt. Just like you got women out there that are hurt, just like you got women out there that are bitter, you got men out here that are bitter, angry, mad at the world. They don't trust women. And because of this, we can't come together. We can't come together because we don't admit our faults as men. We don't. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable. We don't want to admit that we got insecurity issues. We don't want to admit it because we've been trained by this toxic red pill that we don't got no problems. We've been trained that we're just masculine and we're alpha males. That's cap, bro. You're hurting inside and you don't want to admit the truth. The truth is you got insecurity problems. The truth is you grew up without a father. The truth is you're like a child inside looking for his daddy. You know, you're hurt and you don't want to admit the truth. And you get into these relationships with women looking for mommy. A lot of you guys, you get into relationships looking for your mom. You're looking for the love of your mother in a woman. That's toxic, bro. That's sad. That's no different than a woman looking for a daddy in her man because she never had a father growing up. So now it's like she's looking for a daddy. And this is why she keep getting in these toxic relationships. Because she's in search of that father she never had. You know? If you look at a lot of these influencers on social media, they'll tell you the reason why they got problems is because they didn't have their father in their lives. So they're bitter. We got to admit the truth too, guys. We got to admit that we got problems too. You know, we all need to overcome, men and women, not just women, guys. We can't be a part of let's bash the women train. No, we got drama too. A lot of us are not happy with our situations. A lot of us brothers are struggling financially. We don't want to tell nobody, but we're struggling. Some of you brothers are barely surviving and you don't feel good about yourself. I'm here to encourage you. You got to work harder. You got to look at what you're doing and think about it. Are you wasting your time doing what you're doing right now? If you're struggling financially, are you doing the same thing and it's just not getting nowhere? It could be that you need to stop what you're doing and do something different, or maybe readjust. If you're not happy with where you are as a man, stop blaming women for that and start to look at yourself. What are you doing wrong? Look at your company. What guys are you hanging out with? Maybe the company you're keeping is keeping you down. Maybe the friends you have are toxic. Maybe that's why you're struggling. You're just around a bunch of other toxic men. You got to cut from the herd and roll solo and have tunnel vision and focus on you and what you need to do to develop yourself. Maybe then you'll start to attract the right kind of women. Maybe you're attracting nothing but toxic women because you're a toxic man. Have you ever thought about that? Because I'm telling you, there is a lot of decent women out there, but it's difficult to get a hold of them because we're trapped in the matrix of social media. Sometimes social media got us so boxed in, we're in bondage. We're not in the real world interacting with women. So in our minds, due to the matrix, we think all women are toxic, evil, and bad, when that's not the case. You got women that are out there that go to their 9 to 5, come home every day, decent quality women. And if you were to run into them in the streets and just have a simple conversation, it'll surprise you how wholesome this woman is. You got some women out there that are very approachable. It's just that you're not approaching them because you live on social media. So in your mind, all women are bad when they're not. You just been brainwashed by this red pill that women are horrible, and it made you hate women. So now you see all of them as users, abusers, gold diggers, and just want to party and BS. You got women out here that don't party. You got women out here that just go to work, go home, go to school, go home. That's all they do. Some of them don't even have no friends. My goodness, if you were to meet with a woman like that, she would be happy to meet a guy like you if you're a decent brother, but you got to approach them in the real world. And see, this is the problem. The internet is the matrix. That's the truth. The internet has become the matrix. Because we're getting this information, and then when we go in the real world, we see all women as bad. How many of you guys really do approach women in real time? Or are you on these dating apps wasting your time? You got to interact with real women. You got to have conversations. Some of you guys be scared to death to talk to a real woman. I mean, you see a woman right there, just have a conversation. Hey, how you doing? I was just standing, I saw you right there, and I was like, wow, that's a nice outfit she have on. Let me come over here and vibe with you a little bit. And just have a conversation. You know, just have a conversation and see where that go. You'd be surprised. But no, in your mind, all women are evil and out to get you. And because of that red pill, you're single, no woman, miserable, and whacking off. A lot of you guys that keep listening to this red pill nonsense be home beating off every night. That's not red pill, bro. The red pill was never about you whacking off all night, beating the drum, watching corn. How you a masculine man and you sitting home whacking off, beating off, but you hate women? What kind of mess is that? That's toxic, bro. I don't want to be whacking off. I want to be inside of a woman, bro. Ain't nothing like that, bro. Ain't nothing like when you inside of a woman, bro. The feeling is amazing. Just holding a woman in your arms, a real woman, the warmth of her body, just having her near is great. Why would you be just sitting home whacking off, watching corn, and that's your life? That's bondage, bro. It's time to overcome. Overcome that mess. It's filthy. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's making you timid. It's making you weak. This is why you're unable to attract women. The more you beat off, the more you whack off, the more unattractive you are to women. Because your testosterone is low. The magnetism is low. You're unable to attract women when you whack off all day, guys. This is serious. When you retain your seed, you become very attractive to women. Very. It could be a crowded room. You stand out. The women are looking at you like, wow, I don't know what it is about him, but I like him. And this is what they're saying in their heart. They want you, bro. They want you. You know why? You retain your seed. You retain your seed. And this is what they want. You know? And it's really something else, man. It's really something else. But people don't want to acknowledge this. They want to sit there and play these little games and act like they don't see the truth. You see? And that's a problem. That's a serious problem. So we as men, we have to overcome this issue. And also to the chat, do not be disrespectful to other people in the chat. You know what I mean? Don't come into the chat disrespecting people, telling them to shut up and various other stuff. Because if you do that, we're going to end up packing you up. You know what I mean? So don't come in here telling people to shut up and being disrespectful. Because we don't tolerate that mess. See, that's the problem right there. It's like we don't know how to conduct ourselves. And this is why we are unable to interact with one another, because we're so disrespectful. There's a way to conduct yourself. You wouldn't say that to that person if you were in their face. You wouldn't do that. There's a lot of things we wouldn't do face to face. This is why social media is so fake, because on social media, we talk reckless. But if we were face to face with people, we wouldn't do that. So let's carry ourselves with a little more respect and class. That way people could take us serious. You know? That's something that we need to focus on. You know? Let's just be a little more respectful. And there's ways to talk, ways to communicate. So now, this red pill, it has to go. It has to go, guys. We can't keep doing this, especially you content creators that keep pushing this mess. Your channels cannot grow if you keep pushing this kind of content. Eventually, you're going to get just pearlied, and you're not going to like it. It doesn't grow the business. And a lot of YouTubers, I'm not going to mention their names, but a lot of YouTubers have changed up, and now they're successful. And they realize, like, wow, ever since I changed up my ways, I grew. Yeah. So what was holding you back? The red pill. I'm beginning to think that all of you guys who took the red pill actually took the blue pill. That's what I'm believing. You didn't really take the red pill. A lot of you guys took the blue pill. And this is why you have been struggling all this time, because you had the placebo effect. You thought you took the red pill, but they gave you the blue pill. It was just coated in red. It wasn't really the red pill. They gave y'all the blue pill. And that's why we have so much toxicity, is because you guys are not getting the real information on how to be men. As men, we're supposed to be masculine, secure in our frame, builders, providers. And for whatever reason, we're not doing that. Instead, we want a woman to do everything for us. You know? And we're not getting nowhere. So that's all I'm going to say for right now. We're going to have more content regarding these issues because, again, I like to have these kind of conversations so that we can, you know, use our mind to think about ourselves and what we need to improve. You know? It's very important because as men, we're supposed to be role models. We're supposed to be examples to other men to improve themselves. We just can't be out here looking crazy like we hate women. That's sick and that's toxic. Women are looking at you like, do you like women or do you like men? Which one? Again, there's nothing wrong with criticizing the actions of women in a respectful way with solutions. At the same time, you need to balance out your message. If your channel is predominantly bashing women, that's not good. Talk about men issues too. Make your female audience respect the fact that, hey, yeah, he talk about women, yeah, but he also talks about men. To me, that is the way to go. Because they're not going to be looking at you as if though you hate women. But if all you talk about is women all day and you're cursing them out and bashing them and degrading them and, you know, inciting violence, then that's not good, man. That's hate. And it's coming from somewhere. What happened to you in your past that made you that bitter? To the point where you just don't like women, bro. If that's the case, I hope you're not sleeping with them on the low key, because you would be a hypocrite. Any guy that got that much hatred for women should not be intimate with them, because if that kind of man impregnate one of you ladies and he's full of hate, then I feel sorry for the baby, because he's gonna birth a baby in you you're gonna birth a baby that's gonna be the seed of a toxic man. That's not good, because now the baby is gonna have a weakness already, a generational curse of hatred for women. Yeah, a demon child is what the woman gonna end up having. A child that's just gonna be hateful towards women. That's true. So, we're gonna have more topics like this. Again, I like to keep all my topics fair and balanced. So guys, we have a lot to improve. Are you gonna do that, or are you gonna ignore it? Because I noticed that when I do topics like this, it don't get that many views. It don't get that much support at all, because a lot of guys, they're stuck in their ways when it comes to this red pill nonsense. They just want to hear about how bad women are. That's what they want to hear, you know? And it's just sad. What about hearing about us? What we're doing is bad. How can we correct ourselves? You know, that's what I want to hear about, so I can become better as a man. So we're gonna get up on out of here. Give a shout out on the Cash App. Shout out to Forever Studios for the $40 support. Forever Studios for the $40 support. All right. We need to hear more messages on how we can improve as men, and less messages about how bad women are. Because if we keep hearing how bad women are, in a way, it's going to make us feel like there are no women out there, when there are women out there. It's just that we're not interacting. When was the last time you guys walked in a mall and interacted where women are? When was the last time you just striked up a conversation with random women out and about in the streets? At the bank, the teller at the bank. You know, at most banks, all the women that normally be in banks are very attractive. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Do they just hire bank tellers and they just hire only attractive women? Because it seems like they're always attractive women at the bank. You ever notice that, guys? You go to the bank, it's like all of the women that work there are all fine. I be wondering, I'm like, yo, do they like interview them and be like, we only hire the finest and most pretty women out here? Go to your local bank. I promise you. Go to your local bank. And I'm not talking about just going to the machine to take out money. Walk in the inside of the bank and get one of them little forms and fill it out and, do it that way. And I guarantee you, when you look at the windows, you're going to be like, my goodness, all these women are fine. Dang, yo, what? Man, I gotta get a job at a bank, bro. I gotta get a job at a bank, bro. Because they always there. And I'm talking about all of them. All of them look good. They all in shape, all got pretty faces. You're like, my goodness. You go to the window, you're like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I would like to make a deposit.
You would like to make a deposit? Okay, anyway, how are you? Welcome to the bank. My name is Daphne, and I would love to help you today.
Oh, Daphne, that's your name? Wow, I really like that name, Daphne. Oh, you do? This is what goes on, guys. Go to any bank and you're going to see the tellers are always fine. And listen, I've been to a bank where, you know, like how when you in the line and you waiting and you had a dude, he was at one of the windows, right? And I was next and the window thing glowed, you know, like in the bank, you know how when the little light come on? So I had to go to his window. So once I saw that, I told the lady behind me, I said, oh, you could go. I said, you could go. I'll wait, I'm on the phone, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to go to the other window where the chicks was. I didn't want to go to the window where the dude was, man. Come on. Nah. I had to go where the women was, man. Where the women's at. You know, because they all have those happy voices. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear those happy voices and whatnot. And when she's checking you out. And again, like a lot of times, you know, when any see, I'm getting tongue tied because, you know, when you see them fine sisters on the other end, you know, and they dealing with your money matters, they could see your account situation. So it's like when you're dealing with your bread and it's like she's dealing with the account, she could see the files, bruh. She's like, whoa, wait a minute now. What do you got? Wow. Now she started looking at you funny, bruh. She's like,
Hey, wait a minute now. Wow, your balance on your account is crazy. Wow.
You have a lot of guys that do that, fam. You have a lot of guys that be doing that mess. They be going to the bank to stunt a little bit. I know you guys be doing that sometime, fam. I know y'all be doing that. Yo, there was this one time I was in the bank, right? You had this dude. Never judge a book by a cover, bro. Never do that. It was at a Chase Bank, and a dude was in there. On first appearance, he looked like a bum. He looked like, you know. But first of all, there's no way he could have been a bum and get into the bank. Like, why would he be in a bank if he a bum? Right? But the way he was dressed, you would think he don't got no money. So he was at the register or whatever, you know, trying to make some transactions, and he was trying to move money or something. And they were giving him a hard time, very, very hard time. And he was asking for a particular teller. He was like, "Is such and such here?" Because she always handled my business. She always handles my money. And, you know, you're giving me all this hard time. You don't know who I am. And the person was being disrespectful to the guy. He was like, look, I try to stay low key. I try to stay out of the way. I'm not a flashy guy. I don't appreciate what you're doing. Could you please have such and such come here so that she can handle this? Because you're being very rude and disrespectful. I don't appreciate that. So I guess she got on the phone. The other lady came out of the office area to handle his, you know, whatever he needed for service. And the guy, because he was embarrassed because everybody was looking at the situation, he started to talk a little loud to the people. The security was telling him to chill or whatever the case is, and not that big of a deal. The security wasn't disrespectful to him. The security just wanted to keep the peace. But he was like, nah, this is serious. And he was like, I hear you, brother. I hear you. You know what I mean? No disrespect. I hear what you're saying. And he was like, nah, it ain't right, fam, because it's like she's looking at me like I'm a nobody. I said, the brother said, first of all, long story short, the brother's a multimillionaire. He's a multimillionaire, but he's low key. He's out of the way. He don't want nobody to know nothing. He's a business guy. And the way the woman was treating him is as if though he's a nobody, as if though his money is not good and that he's up to some sort of fraud. So when the woman came to the register, she handled his transaction, moved the money, did what he had to do. And it was a life lesson for everybody that was in the bank, because if you look at the guy, you would have never thought he was a multimillionaire. You would have never thought. You know what I mean? He wasn't flashy at all. No name brand clothes. He was wearing Vans. You know those shoes, Vans? He was wearing Vans. The Vans was kind of dusty. The coat that he had on was just a basic coat, basic pants. You would never think that this guy have $100 in his pocket, not even $10. But the guy had money. And it was something else to see, because that was probably a moment in his life where he probably never did that, but he had to check the woman behind the glass. He checked her real good. He was like, you don't even understand how much money I got in this bank. You don't even know who I am, and you're giving me this much of a hard time. Could you please call such and such to the register, please? Because you're being very disrespectful. I was like, wow. Wow, it's amazing. So you never know who people are. You know what I mean? So that's why it's always good to be respectful. You know what I mean? Salute to New Breed in the building. You know what I mean? New Breed is in the building. You know, but yeah, at the banks is normally where you'll find all the fine sisters of all nationalities, especially the sisters, man. You go to any bank, I promise you, all the black women at banks are fine as hell, bro. Fine. And a lot of the sisters that work in the hospitals be fine too. You know, and at some dental offices, bro. Look, guys, I'm trying to tell you where all the women are at. All of the fine sisters are at the dental office, right? They be these fine sisters. I don't know where they come from. The bank tellers, they all fine. And a lot of sisters that be in the hospital, they be fine. You be wanting them women to operate on you, fam. How many of you brothers, you know what I'm saying, you walking past a hospital and you see some fine sisters and you just fall on the floor like, oh, sister, I need your help, please. Sister, I need your help.
You need my help?
Yeah, I need mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I need help, man. You know what I'm saying? I need you to bring me back to life. You know, perform CPR. Serious, man. Get me on a stretcher and bring me to that room, fam. Serious, man. I remember this one time, fam, I was at the hospital, man. I was doing something, man. They was getting a checkup. And, you know, I had to check my equipment.
What you talking about, Willis?
So they had this female assistant that had came into the room, and she had to examine my equipment. Yo, you know what? I'm not even gonna go on with the story. I'm gonna leave it alone, because it gets the story gets crazy, man. I can't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm telling you, it made me see the hospitals different. Listen, I already told the story already. Those of you that have been following the platform for a minute, I already told the full story already, fam. In the hospital. No cap. Couldn't believe it, bruh. It was amazing. Brings new meaning to night nurse. Wild, bro. This is how I know that them women in the hospital, bruh, it's like they just work. They don't have no man, bro. That's why I'm telling you. You go to them hospitals, bruh, a lot of those sisters don't be having no man. They be single as ever, bruh. You know? And I could just see it now. A lot of the women probably like,
Tell us the story, Ringo. I want to know.
nah. I gotta keep it clean. But I told the story already in one of my videos, man. I think I was probably drunk on camera and I was telling all sorts of stories. I'm not sure if it was one of my birthday videos. I'm not sure. I think it was in one of my birthday videos. I'm not sure. I was drinking and I was just going on and on and on, talking all sorts of stories, man. The damn live chat was on fire. Everybody was like, yo, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, bro. But yeah, man. that's all we're going to say for right now, man. We're going to get up on out of here. So, y'all be safe out there, man. I got to join all my locks, yo. I got to do that. Like with the crochet needle, I'm going to join my locks. That's what I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to get them pretty much retwisted. But what I'm going to do is my technique is to join 2 or 3 locks together depending on the placement. But they have to be perfectly in order because you don't want it to look crazy. And then I'm going to join them together using the crochet needle. I think it's like a 3 needle to get them together. I'm not going to no salon to get it done. I'm doing it myself because they want a whole bunch of money. They tripping, bro. They tripping. It ain't even that serious, man. You know, they be wanting to charge you an arm and a leg. I'm like, listen, I'm not going through all of that. You know, you could do it yourself. You can go on YouTube, you can find videos, learn how to do it, and you just take your time and you just do a couple of locks. You know what I mean? Start off with the front of the locks and you're good to go. You know what I mean? It's an easy technique and it works. You know? I'm not sure what it's called. I'm not sure if it's called wicked. Let's just say, like how they do Insta locks, where they use that crocheting needle, and it's like they kind of, I guess, wick the locks together. I don't know. You ladies understand all those terms, not me. Y'all know all of that stuff. I don't know that. Y'all like,
Wicked, Ringo. It's called wicked. That's what it's called, Ringo.
okay, you got me. All right.
What you talking about, Willis?
Well, yeah, I'm doing it the crocheting way, where you take the 3 needles. It's like a 3 needle kit. The kit that I bought comes with 3. It comes with 3 different needle sets. And the one you're supposed to use based on my research is, I think it's 0.5. I think it's 0.5. That's the one that I got. And it seems to work perfect. And you kind of put the needles through the locks and you put them through and you bring it out just a little bit and you go back in. You know what I'm saying? Pause just in case. It kind of you put it in and you bring it out. You put it back in.
What you talking about, Willis?
This is crazy, man. But hey, you understand what I'm saying, right? So I'm going to be pretty much doing that. So that's going to be cool because I want my locks to be thicker. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Just dang, man, that just didn't sound right, bro. Wow.
What you talking about, Willis?
Whoa, fragrant flower. Foul on the flag on the play. Flag on the play. Ringo said he wanted thicker.
What you talking about, Willis?
It's crazy, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get that thing done. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Nah, hey, when you in New York, everything is pause. That's how it is. No matter where you at. If you in New York, everything is about pause. Hey, yo! You gotta watch every word you say if you in New York. If you talking, it doesn't matter where you are. I don't know how it is where you folks are, but if you in New York, anything you say can be a pause moment. Like if you at the deli and you, hey, yo, Papi! Hey, yo, Papi! Let me get a plenty sandwich, man. Put a lot of beef on it, man. Hey, Papi! Hey, que lo que, hermano? Hey, I like a lot of beef on it, man. Put a lot of beef, man. I like plenty beef, man. Make sure it's nice and wet, man. I like a lot of beef in my mouth, Papi. Hey, primo. Hey, put a lot of beef. You know I like a lot of beef, fam, in me sandwich. Don't play no games. I have to pull out my knife, or call my son, or pull out my gun. You know? No comprende, papi. This is what's going on, man. So you got to be careful because when you talk like that in a store, it's a fragrant foul. Like they have this commercial that used to come on. I think it's still on YouTube. What is it, Harvey's or whatever, about we got the meats. We got the meats. We got all sorts of meats, all sorts of beef for your mouth. I'm like, whoa, pause, bro.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yo, that's crazy. Can't be talking like that, bro. You know? Can't be talking like that. I like the old job I used to be at, fam. It was crazy, man, because we dealt with heating and hot water, so it's like we had to use different tools and it's just really bad, man. It's like, because you had to deal with pipe wrenches and working on pipes. Yeah. So one day the supervisor come to the office. Me and the guys are there. We chilling, burning time. Supervisor come in. He tell one of the guys, like, hey, I need for you to come and open up the pipe. I'm like, whoa, pause. Supervisor's not hip to the pause game, so he's like, what are you talking about? What's the matter? I was like, yo, hey, that's a fragrant foul, fam. You can't be saying that. He said, what? I said, you told a man come, take out the pipe. Told him to bring the big wrench. So the coworker, I had to go with him and whatnot. So, I'm feeling kind of awkward because supervisor telling us, come over here to loose up the pipe. So we had to get the big pipe wrench and we had to put it on it. So while my partner is putting the pipe wrench on the pipe and I'm with the camera filming, I'm like, hey, yo, look how he grabbing the pipe. Yo, so the supervisor see me filming. He was like, hey, what are you doing? Go help him. I'm like, nah.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yo. So I'm there. I'm helping him, to get the thing off the pipe. So while I'm helping him, somebody else got a cell phone laughing in the side like, hey, yo. Yo, it was mad funny, man. You had to be there to understand, man. It was just funny, man. It was just a lot of fun. That's like all day. It was jokes all day, just jokes all the time, man. So, yeah, I don't even know why I'm saying all this. Like, why are we even talking about this, fam? Like, why am I talking about this Ayo stuff? This is crazy. Let me see. Samson had 7 locks. Judges, such and such and such. Y'all got too much slang. That's the problem. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But it's really serious. Like if you're in New York, that's how it be. Mainly for the guys. Guys cannot have any conversations without Ayo. Cause everything is gay. Like if you say something, it's like, hey, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like they had this thing, dudes still do it in New York. Like they be calling each other baby. That's a yo, bro. Don't be calling no dude baby, bro. Like, come on, fam. Hey, yo. I don't know, man. This is getting sick, bro. Like, seriously. But it's funny. They got a guy on TikTok, not TikTok, Instagram. If you just look him up, let me see if I can find this craziness, man. This is madness, man. This guy crazy, man. I know I'm following his page, but he be doing these Instagram videos about, I guess when you're in New York, there's always this Ayo or whatever the case is. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull this up because it's funny as hell, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It's funny. Let me see. NYC Ayo. Let me see if he pops up because it's some funny videos, man. I don't know if it's gonna pop up because he got pretty popular with this stuff, man. I don't even know how to find these type of things. New York City. Okay. Pause game. Let me see if that pops up anything. Instagram have a horrible search situation, fam. It's like you can't find nothing, man. You can't find nothing. Cause I'm following the dude on Instagram, but I don't know his name. So it's kind of difficult to find all of this stuff. I'm following only 72 people. Oh, so I should probably be able to locate what I'm looking for. Let me see. So I'm only following 70 people, which is kind of crazy. Is it this guy? Hold on a second. Let me see. Yeah. Yo, this is funny, man. Let me see if I can bring this up, man. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see. Here go one video. Nah, not that one. Let me find a video with this pause situation. Cause this dude is crazy, man. It's a lot of these Instagram guys. Let me go to his page on this system here. Hold on a second. And find it. Cause I need some laughs, man. It's like laughter it works like medicine, man. And a lot of people don't know how to laugh, man. I'm trying to give you an example of it, man, because he's pretty popular on Instagram with these jokes. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's find some of his videos now. I'm trying to figure this out. Am I following the official channel or the fan channel? No, I'm following his channel. Okay. Let me look for one of these crazy videos now. Okay, here you go. Yeah. Let me download the video. Let me download the video and add it into this video. Let's do that. That way it could be more funny. Because it's just crazy, man. Like, this is how it be. This is a typical day in NYC. This is exactly how it be. So let me get this. Why I gotta take so damn long to download, man? This is crazy. This site be bugging out. Let me see. Let me play some of the audio here while that is downloading. What in the world is this thing? Okay. I lost the damn video. Is this it? No. Let me just find anyone.
Help me out real quick? Sure, man. What's the problem? Yeah, man. I'm just looking for some lumber, like some good lumber, so, I can do some renovating in my crib. You feel me? Yeah, well, I got some pretty good hard wood right here, man. Is there... No, man. It's fine. You said this one right here? Yeah, that one right there. All right.
Hold on a second, man. I'm gonna get this. I gotta get this one here, man. Hold on a second, man. What he just said right there is crazy because that do be happening at Home Depot. That do be happening at Home Depot, man. I ain't gonna hold you. At Home Depot, you gotta be careful with what you say.
Hey, man, you think you can help me out?
So I sent it to myself on Instagram. So let me download that and have some laughs, man. Cause this stuff is funny, man. There's some funny stuff going on here. Okay. I don't know if the volume passes through, but let me download this one. And then, where'd my music go? Oh, I turned it off. What am I doing? Right now, I'm just having a little fun. You know how it is, fam. Come on now. Because this guy, he's a comedian. And his videos is funny, bro. There's a lot of guys that are talented, man. You got a lot of talented comedians. And it's crazy how in today's day, you could become a professional comedian right on Instagram. Literally. And it's easy to do. You just got to be talented. You know? Let me see. Okay, go to the downloads folder. Downloads. Let's see. This is the first one. Okay, so let's do this one first. Okay. Let's take this off. Take that off. And let's go to the download folder and add this into the stream.
Hey, man, you think you can help me out?
Okay. So this is the guy here. He goes by the name. I don't know if I'm on his official page or I think it's his official page. He's called The Comedian. Comedian._ or something like that. And this is how it is in New York. Like this is how it be. Like no matter where you go, you could be in Home Depot and dudes in there will be like, hey, yo, pause, bro. I'd be like, yo, do you got the 3/4 inch wood? You know, I want the birch wood. What? Hey, yo, fam, yo, flag on the play. This is how it be. So let me play this right here real quick. Let's check this out.
Real quick? Sure, man, what's the problem?
Here we go.
Hey, man, you think you can help me out real quick? Sure, man, what's the problem? Yeah, man, I'm just looking for some lumber, like some good lumber, so, you know, I could do some renovating in my crib, you feel me? Yeah, well, I got some pretty good hard wood right here, man. Is there a problem? No, man, it's fine. You said this one right here? Yeah, that one right there. All right, cool. I'm gonna take that. All right, just make sure you got a firm grip on that wood, man. It's a little heavy, you know? What, man? Is there a problem? It's all right, man. It's all right. I'm gonna take that one. Okay, cool. Also, bro, my sink is a little clogged, man. Like, you know how I could like fix that and stuff? Yeah, man. It's just plumbing, man. It's something pretty. All right, cool. Yeah, man. You came to the right place, man. I got the best pipe in town. You know? Hey, sir, do you want help or not, man? Like, what's your issue? Man, look, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right. Like, how do you do it though? Like, you feel me? Well, you just got to make sure you put that pipe in nice and good, man. You know, nice and tight. If not, it'll bust and spray all over you. Nah. Come on, bro. You're going crazy, bro. Does nobody hear him? What's wrong with you? What's going on? A manager I can speak to or something. What is wrong with you, man? We're just trying to help. Yo, there's nobody hear this man.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. This is how it be, man. It be like this everywhere. Don't tell me you in New York and you don't hear this going on all day. This is how it be. This is why if I'm in Home Depot, man, I got to be very careful. Because a lot of times the workers, they come up to you and they be like, hey, excuse me, bro, you need any help? And if you in the lumber section, you got to be ultra careful. Remember, everybody is hip to the pause game in New York. So it doesn't matter. It's on site no matter where you at. So if you're in the lumber section, you got to be careful. So you got to know what you want and you got to know how to say what you need to say. But if you don't know, hey, bro, you need any help? You be like, yeah, I'm looking for a particular kind of wood. What? Hey, yo. Dude will say, hey, yo, pause, bro. You can't say wood, bro. You got to say lumber. You know what I mean? You got to say lumber because sometimes some guys, they be like, yo, I need that 3-ply wood. Like, whoa.
What you talking about, Willis?
Pause, man. Fragrant flag on the play. You talking about you need that 3-ply wood. And sometimes you be like, yo, bro, I need, whatchamacallit, you know, those valves for my, you know what I'm saying, my sink. You know what I mean? You know where I can find that? Oh, you gotta go to the pipe section. What? The pipe section? They didn't know they had a pipe section in Home Depot. Because in our minds, we ain't thinking about regular pipes. Our mind is just, it's all sick and messed up. You know, it's not like we think about this all day. Come on now. We don't get crazy with it now. I'm saying it's a game that's in New York that everybody's hip to it. Even women is hip to this. It's a game. It's just a game. It ain't nothing that serious. It's like, it's just, that's how it be, man. I'm going to play one more. Let me see. Where's this other one, man? Because this stuff is crazy, man. This thing's still downloading what? I don't know. This thing is 7 megabytes, fam. I'm on an ultra-fast computer. What is going on here? It's like it's stuck, fam. Pause. See how I had to do that? Hey, you have to make sure that you don't violate no laws, man. So, yeah, this thing is tripping, man. It's like the whole, what in the world's going on with this download? Like the download is literally stuck. Pause. You know who's notorious for saying pause every minute? Dame Dash. If you listen to Dame Dash when he talk, he's always saying pause while talking. Go watch a Dame Dash interview, and every time he talk, he'll say something that's fragrant, and he'll be like, pause, just in case. It's like, it's just a New York thing. You know what I mean? There's no way to really explain it. It's like, that's just how it be, man. But, yeah. So I'm waiting for this thing to download. Literally, this thing is crazy. It's like literally sitting. I don't know what's going on. It says 30 seconds, 36 seconds, 28 seconds, 34 seconds. I'm like, what is going on? Like, it don't want me to show the video, fam. It literally don't want me to show the video. But we gonna show this video. So let me wait for this thing, probably 10 more seconds, because this is crazy. It's like the devil is holding back the video. Yeah, Dame always says a lot of questionable stuff. Either way, he be saying a lot of questionable stuff at times during his interviews. So let's take a look at this particular clip here. Look at this one. This is another one. Let me see. Cause these videos is funny. Okay, let's see. I hope it don't got no damn music in it.
Point game, bro. Point game.
All right, let's go, man. Yo, I'm open right here, right here.
I got you, bro. Get over.
Come on, Derek. Give it to me, Derek. Give it to me. I can handle it.
Whoa.
What's wrong, man? Come on, man.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah, Joe. Just take him, though. You
got him. Hold on, I got him.
Yeah.
ISO.
Yeah, you got him? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, I got him.
Throw it on him, Derek.
Yeah.
Throw it on him. You too big for him. Throw it, man. What's wrong, man?
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
Yo, just shoot it, though. Shoot it, man. Shoot it. Yeah, shoot it in his face. Right in his face. Put it in his face, man. Right there. Shoot it right in his face, man. Yo, come on, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. We good.
Defense.
Yeah, there we go. Good D.
Yeah, I got him.
Good D, Derek, yeah, good D. Give him that D. That's good D. Keep giving that D. What's up, man? What's up?
You yourself right now?
He said good D. He said you don't hear yourself right now, fam? Yo. Yo, this is crazy, man. But hey, there's just a few laughs, man. We're going to get up on out of here, man. It is what it is, man. That was definitely a fragrant foul right there, man. Telling the man good D. That's crazy, bro. But anyway, y'all take care, man. Ringo TV Reactions, the best reactionary channel on YouTube, hands down. The #1 reactionary channel. There is no other. So, guys, we got to hold ourselves accountable when it comes to this red pill. It's not about bashing women, talking about women all day long. We got to get back to the basics of developing ourselves as men and being accountable for who we are so that we can build with one another and have relationships with women. We don't want to be walking around as monks with no woman. You know, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, what are you guys doing that hate women all day? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You don't got no woman? Is that what it is? So, hey, we out of here, fam. Y'all take care. Ringo TV Reactions. We'll catch you in the next one in the morning. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, Tracy. Salute to all the brothers and sisters in the building. Rocking with the platform. Shout out to New Breed and all the other moderators. They probably busy working, doing what they got to do. We'll catch you in the morning with more content. I'm out of here. Peace. We out. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget. rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel, Ringo TV Reactions. #1 reactionary channel in these YouTube streets. We out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.